Brought to you by How's That? First game free. Download the app now.
So, sir, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. And before I start, I just wanted to know the exact idea. Exploring a league for volleyball.
So volleyball is a game that's played all over India. It's played in rural areas, it's played in urban areas, and everyone plays it. It's also what I call a resource poor sport. That means it requires very little to play volleyball. You just need a net and a ball, and you can play in even the smallest area. So it's a game very good for India because we don't have much. It can be played cheaply anywhere. So and it is a sport which is very interesting, and you can play it at many levels. So it's also visually very attractive. People jumping, the ball is in the air, a lot of action. So we love the concept, and we realized that there was no such game in India which has this opportunity. And volleyball was never shown other than Asian Games and Olympics. But we thought it was a great chance to put some great content across.
Right. And how do you see the impact of this league on the Indian sport? In general.
So it's a big thing. One is that we have professionally packaged it, put it together, and immediately I can see the results in terms of the number of volleyball players who are emerging, young players who've not got an opportunity before coming forward. And what we are doing for the first time is creating stars in volleyball. The biggest thing about a game is once you see, no matter how much you do, finally badminton in India took off and Saina and Sindhu started doing well. So we need stars, we need people to look up to, and I think that is something that is starting to happen now with this first season. We are starting to get those kind of people. The names Jerome, Ashwal, people look up to them and start knowing these names.
And also, looking for a longer league in future. Is there any kind of idea?
So longer leagues, I told in India, the longest league is the ISL, which goes on for a very long time because they want to be like a football league. But even the IPL realizes that anything more than a 1.5, 2 months is difficult because in India, all the finance is centered around events. So what happens is money is from sponsorship. Abroad, where they have longer leagues, a lot of the money is from ticket sales. That doesn't work in India, and that's why it's important. That's why tournaments we tend to have long tournaments, not actual leagues, like 5 to 6 months. Only the ISL is trying to do that, and it's a really tough journey. And I wish them all the best on that journey.
And also, sir, I just wanted to understand your thoughts on it. It is just not an playing opportunity for younger generation, but also to be like a financial comfort for them as well.
No, I think financial comfort is a large part of it because you see, today there's the top three, four players have gone for 15 lakhs each. And this money will only increase. And volleyball is a place where most of the players are work for banks and services or the railways. And for them, this is a fairly large sum of money, which makes a huge difference in their lives and the way they play. So I think the more this base can expand, the more kids can make a living of volleyball. And remember, when you get kids to play volleyball, you have coaches. Coaches also come in. Then gym people come in, people who help them train, physios and trainers come in. Then other people come into the ecosystem. So you are not just giving that volleyball player an opportunity, you're giving all this entire ecosystem an opportunity. And I think that's fantastic.
And do you also see women's league going further? If you have any
Absolutely.
plan.
There's a huge flaw. This thing, in fact, in volleyball, in the United States of America, women's volleyball is more popular than men's volleyball. In Japan, in Thailand, they have very flourishing, women's volleyball leagues. So definitely it's an option. Once we settle this, women's volleyball is an option, beach volleyball is an option. All the options we are looking at very carefully.
And final question, sir. What's your take on the off-court proceedings which we are currently, dealing with? The legal war which has just started.
Look, as I said, when somebody asked me that, do you have a problem with another league, volleyball league coming? And I said, we have absolutely no problem with any league coming because the more opportunities there are for players, the better it is for players. Our point with this is only one thing. One is this so-called VFI is not even recognized by the government of India. The government of India does not recognize him. They've held a nationals, and there is an RTI which has been asked by the government of India, which says that there is no VFI at this point in time, and there are no office bearers of VFI. An RTI was filed, and that's a response by the government of India because there are two parties in court, both of whom claiming to be the real thing. Their certificates are not recognized. Okay, the certificates given in the nationals are not recognized by bodies because uh, the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has de-recognized them since 2020. So my only problem is, secondly, they are saying that we have got the FIVB supporting us, International Volleyball Federation. So firstly, you're not recognized by your own government. I challenge them to produce a single document saying that FIVB is supporting this league. And if they're not, then they're cheaters and liars. And my only problem is, anyone do a league, do it well, but you have not even paid people. You have not paid 12 Indian volleyball players who paid for their 1.25 lakh rupees from their own pocket to go and play in the Asian Cup 7 months before. That money has not yet been paid. So don't lie, don't cheat. We are happy with any new volleyball league coming. And most of all, you owe us 6 crore rupees because you cancelled our league, and the government, the courts have said you owe us 4 crores in interest, which is now almost 6 crores. Give us our money. Don't cheat the players. Tell them the truth. And if FIVB is actually there, then show us the document. Show us one piece of paper saying FIVB supports this league. Otherwise, you're cheating the public.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your views.